I'm the best in the world.
What I'd like to have right now.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Because I was right before I was cool.
Are you ready?
It doesn't matter!
I said, are you ready?
I'm a sexy beast, baby!
I was up all night.
And I'm
Welcome everybody to the For Life podcast. I'm your big Bosh Tista, or as Starbucks likes to call me, Bash, alongside my fellow host, Cheyenne.
You're Push Bash. You're Push Bash. Now I can't come up with some cool nickname because you're Boo Bosh Tista. I don't have anything.
I'll be Bosh Tista for the time being.
All right.
Be
Or as
Bosh-mania.
I'm calling him, which I'm going to explore later, Stone Cold Steve Batista.
All right.
Because that's what he looks like. He looks like a PS1 car with the new black tights and the crappy logo on his ass and the black knee pads and the black boots.
And his slutty tattoos.
And his slutty tattoos. He has the same tattoos as Sienna West, one of my favorite porn stars.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure. Same tramp stamp and everything. And then I saw he has this thing on his side.
Yeah, with the stars and the...
Is that like a homage to like Flair's robes? I don't know. You know the norm. Let's talk about Raw. I caught a little bit of it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I forgot to ask you, like, how much of Raw you actually caught
As
this
usual,
week.
15 minutes during my break.
Right.
I caught a very, very good tag match. I remember when tag matches used to be with tag teams. Now they're with singles guys.
Yeah.
I caught the Real Americans versus Sheamus
that was
and
a good
Christian.
tag match.
Fantastic tag match. I caught it a little bit after the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And, Cesaro is so over, man. And
he went over on Orton on SmackDown.
We're going to get into that, too, actually. Is Cesaro being so over hurting Swagger?
I
think it does.
I mean, Swagger wasn't really over to begin with.
Yeah, but when you're a team,
Mm-hmm.
the team has to be over. That's like primetime players. They were over.
Yeah, as a team.
The team, there was a point where they were both over collectively.
Yeah.
But I feel like Cesaro, being the workhorse and, stealing the show, is damaging Swagger. Even though I did see he's the number one contender for something.
Swagger for Intercontinental.
For the Intercontinental
So I think
title.
he's fighting Langston.
Yeah, and I feel like-
Big E.
Yeah.
Minus
but
Langston.
Everybody's changing their name.
It's Cesaro minus
Yeah.
Antonio. Because Antonio doesn't sound tough.
But you want to put a blue dot on a guy's face. I thought it was a great tag match. I caught John Cena's promo, which was immediate following. John Cena did a fantastic promo.
He usually does when he's serious.
When you have a match that you've seen so many times, you have to remind the fans why it's still important.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I was a 10-year-old kid, and he sold me. And he was like, wow.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a great
totally
promo.
fresh match. And I think the whole thing where they're saying the landscape of the WWE is changing, I think that's part of writing. I don't think he really feels like that.
Yeah.
Because I think we all know, dude, you're the man.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like between that promo and like the tweet he put out earlier about being in pain.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's like leaning toward. Like, I don't know if he's like taking,
What they're leaning towards.
or like, he's trying to like, or maybe like they're leaning towards like him kind of taking a step back, or not being so heavy in the main event picture, kind of being like okay, like does Cena really need to win the world title ever again? He's already 13 time champion.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too.
Because it's like I feel like guys like him and Orton, they've won the belt so many times, like they don't really need it anymore.
that goes back to what I say almost every other week. It's like you should have never combined the title reigns.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I had a problem with when Triple H did it because Triple H in theory was not a 10-time world champion.
Yeah.
I think when that happened, he only held the world title like 3 times at that point. Like, I guess now since the world title and the WWE title are all under the same umbrella, that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
But then it's like, okay.
Well, for a
so
long
then
time,
Ric Flair is a 21 world champion.
For a while now, the belt has felt like it's been like a secondary title,
That's booking.
Okay, Cheyenne went to go get the door, so I guess I'll talk for a minute till he comes back, kind of like last week when we got disconnected on Skype. But I'll promote the website like I always do, www.forlifepodcast.com.
And how do you use the forlifepodcast.com website?
We'll have Michael Cole give you a tutorial.
That'd be so cool. We could computer generate his voice to have.
I actually would prefer the Bellas in their stewardess.
That was a cute little
outfits.
thing.
I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
I don't know. I don't know
cool.
why people hated on it. I thought it was good.
It got bad press.
You know how people are.
Yeah, IWC, they're bastards.
But I thought it was a good segment. I mean, I know how to connect an HDMI cable.
Yeah, that was a bit much. And the come on, dude.
But if you have an older TV, but
that's not a problem.
It was a fun little segment, but forlifepodcast.com.
forlifepodcast.com, and we'll get at least someone attractive to do our commercial.
We'll get April to do it.
We'll get April to do it. That works for me. So yeah, one of the worst things they could have done was combine the title reigns, and it's just that's something that just really, and it's like that's something you can't go back.
Yeah,
you can't then take away the title reigns.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little different when they did it in 2002 because they had already gotten rid of the title, so the champion only had one title. So Bischoff bought in this new title, and it made sense. Like Bischoff, WCW, big gold belt,
the world title, and the WWE title.
Yeah, that made sense because. But now it's like, is the champion? Oh, I'm only gonna challenge you for one of those belts, so I won one. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of, unless they do what they did 12 years ago and get rid of one belt and then bring it back, which is
now
redundant.
real quick, because you said the match wasn't nothing special, but the match got really good reviews. I saw on my news feeds.
I think I was just having I had pretty good connection until like that match, and like my iPad started lagging, so it was hard for me. I didn't really get to
because I got a lot of good feedback on it.
Yeah,
and I heard it was very, very good.
I mean, they both do tend to put on good matches. I think the audience.
Oh well, their worst match was the one at Rumble.
I mean, the audience just tends to shit on it a lot,
but they got really into it. I don't know. The Rumble one, I'm not a fan of. That's probably their worst match out of the series.
Probably,
to be honest with you. Real quick, I want to touch on this before we talk about SmackDown. Was any other notable things on Raw actually before I go into my little theory?
The Shield and the Wyatts, they had a big
they had a segment, right?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty well done. I mean, I went back and watched the first interaction they had when they got into that big brawl when they were during that Daniel Bryan.
Oh, okay. Around the Slammies thing, right?
Yeah, and then when they kind of united to take out those guys, and I thought even then, like, the audience was hot for it. I don't know. I mean, it's just these two badass groups.
Yeah.
That they're both heels, but like the audience goes crazy anytime they're teasing fighting.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what Minnesota gives as an audience. Cause,
that's where the elimination chamber is?
Yeah, they're going to be in Broxtown. So I'm looking forward to seeing.
I think they'll put on a good match, and I think just like the drama is like these two badass groups clashing.
Minnesota doesn't have a history of being wise asses, but then again, everybody goes to PPVs now. People come from overseas.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people from New York are going to Mania.
Yeah.
Down there in New Orleans. Real quick, and I don't know if you agree or disagree with this. I think one of the things with John Cena is that his last 3 years haven't been that great.
Yeah.
When you think about it in terms of like win-loss, things he's been doing and not doing.
But he's probably had some of his best matches in the last couple years.
That's the thing. Like that, it's like he hasn't really had the best 3 years in terms of storylines and win-loss. But he's still been able to have great matches, and I think.
But I mean, win-loss at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I put this up against the years when he was just winning nonstop. Like, okay, he had good matches with like Edge at the time.
Yeah. Oh well, the last 5 years were better than that 2-3 year span that he was winning nonstop.
Yeah.
The last 5 have been fantastic, and
I feel like he's had branching. I mean, when I see when Cena's kind of like the underdog, I find myself like getting behind him because I feel like he's actually passionate and he wants to win and he gives a shit. The only problem that I have with Cena is like when he'll lose a match and come out the next night on Raw smiling and it's no big deal.
No, that because I'm John Cena.
Yeah, so I mean, I think like the times when I see like okay, oh wow, Cena's pissed off or Cena actually gives a shit, then I give a shit. Like when he was beefing with the Nexus and I was like, damn, like I want Cena to kick Wade Barrett's ass and get out of the Nexus because they're treating him like a bitch, and I was behind Cena at that time. Like I feel like he's had great matches with Punk, Bryan. I mean, the Rock matches were pretty.
Well, the second one was better than the first.
The second one was better than
without question. The first one to me was not great. I
can see him having a good feud with Wyatt.
Another thing with the Taker match. Well, we all agree with that. I think the problem that most people are having is that it's happening at Mania.
I think it's. But what's the big deal?
What is? But then it goes back to the problem. What is there left for him to do?
But it's like isn't that what people have been bitching about the last 10 years that he's always in the main event. So now that he's not in the main event and he's working with a younger guy and helping this guy get the rub and get a push.
Does it hurt John Cena to not close this year's Mania?
No, he's at a point where what's gonna hurt him at this point? He's been on top for 10 years.
I feel like in hindsight,
I think
it's gonna hurt.
his run at the top is. I think he's already outlasted Hogan as far as being the top guy for such a long span.
What Hogan is 84 to 90.
If you even count 93.
No, I don't count 93. I'm debating between giving him 91 and 92.
Exactly, and Cena's been top since 2005, so it's now 9 years.
Yeah, 9 years straight.
Yeah.
No,
so
they're both tied. They would
just
both
about,
be tied.
Just about.
And I don't see Cena slowing down in another two.
So I mean, I'm actually relieved that he's not in the main event or in the top spot. Like, step back, work with this guy, work with Wyatt,
Right.
put Wyatt, I don't know if he'll put Wyatt over.
I don't know if it's an issue with him. I think it's an issue of creative.
Yeah. But I think the fact that he's working with Wyatt and Wyatt's gonna have a profile match,
it's so beneficial for him and the character and the group.
kind of like when Sheamus worked with Triple H at Mania,
which nobody liked.
I mean, but in the same way, it helped. I mean, Sheamus had just lost the belt and because Triple H beat him and.
Well, Sheamus won the rematch at the end. He won the following month at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, and then Triple H was out for like a year, and then.
Yeah.
Well, then he came back and kicked his ass.
He had to go back to his desk, but it's. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. Batista is it's a tough situation right now. We know we're gonna get Batista and likely Orton. Everything is in the air right now, and I just feel
do you see them doing the triple threat?
That's what I'm expecting, honestly.
I'm still standing by having that Triple H.
That's what I'm expecting.
Triple H and Bryan.
No, I'm expecting a triple threat.
I mean, I like my idea of Triple H versus Bryan, and if he wins, he's in the triple threat. Just like
later on the night, stack
the deck.
I mean, I'm expecting a triple.
I mean, storyline,
way, shape, or form.
Storyline wise, wouldn't that make sense? Like,
yeah,
especially since Punk isn't there, then Triple H can get his Mania match. Stacks the deck against Bryan. It makes sense storyline wise.
Right.
Like, okay, well, we'll find a way to screw him over at the Chamber, and then Triple H is like, well, we can put you in the main event anyway, but you have to go through me first at Mania.
And that's the match that, should have been.
And if Bryan can if anybody can do double duty at Mania,
it's Bryan. It's Bryan and Cesaro.
Yeah.
Cesaro is the next guy like Bryan that the crowd is going to get behind.
They
did it with Ziggler, but Ziggler got hurt and he did lose a lot of momentum for that. And when he came back, he wasn't really still in the show, point blank in the story. And I think he knows that.
Yeah, and I think Cesaro and Bryan will be the first two in the Chamber.
It's Cesaro, Bryan, Cena, Christian,
Sheamus,
and Orton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with those two. Yeah, that's a fair
off,
assumption.
Yeah.
And rolling into SmackDown, I heard Cesaro got that win. I was actually surprised. I thought it was really beneficial for him.
Definitely. I mean, I was surprised because I thought when Orton first lost to Bryan, I thought, okay, he's gonna lose to everybody going into Chamber.
Yeah.
Then he beat Christian, and then I thought, okay, he's gonna lose to Cena, beat Cesaro, and Sheamus might be like the tiebreaker. Either he's gonna beat Sheamus.
I was expecting Orton to beat Cena on Monday. When you told me that he won, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was expecting Orton to go over.
I mean, it kind of sucks if you're Christian, like the one guy that hasn't been. Like, do you further want to emphasize the fact that he has no chance at all of winning? It doesn't even belong in the match.
You're really making him look like a filler.
Yeah.
And then Monday is what, the go home show, right?
Yeah.
Who's he got Monday?
Sheamus, the last one.
Well, that match's gonna suck.
I mean, I can see Sheamus winning if they put Cesaro.
I hope not.
I mean, just because then if Sheamus wins, then Christian's the only guy that lost to him. That's pretty
true.
Pretty sad.
Yeah, and then rumors that Christian's gonna call it quits when his contract ends this year.
Yep.
And that's unfortunate.
I mean, do you blame him? Have they used since he came back from TNA? He won the title and then lost it 3 days later to Orton.
Yes, once ECW folded.
And then when he won it back, he won it on a DQ.
Yeah, once WWE ECW folded, he hasn't really been in. Again, that's writing.
He had that big win, and it even felt like that when he won the title from Alberto in that ladder match.
Yeah,
it felt more like, okay, Edge is gone, so we'll give it to you for the feel good moment, and he lost it to Orton that week, and it's like, okay, maybe and I know the universe went crazy, and then I think he won it back a few months later because he like spit in Orton, but he won by it was DQ. He won by DQ.
It was policy wins.
Yeah. So it was like they really. I feel like they go out of their way to like, okay, this guy's not a main event guy. Get over it.
But that's also booking.
Yeah.
Christian is clearly a main event guy.
He delivers. Yeah. I mean, I thought Christian's best run was 2005 when he was doing.
Oh, right when he left, he was on
right
top.
Before when he was calling out Cena.
He was so on top, man.
I was a huge fan.
And when TNA got him, it was a big deal.
I remember he had a great match with Orton
on a Raw
in 2005.
Do you remember? It's the one where Orton did the leapfrog.
Yeah, and caught him with the RKO.
Right?
Yeah,
that's
that
my
was a great
favorite match of theirs.
Yeah,
that little Raw match. And
I thought that was a great match. I thought he had a great feud with Cena, and then but then they did the draft and they switched them all up.
Yeah, and then he was starting to get buried a little bit.
Yeah, because he was on SmackDown with Batista.
And when TNA got him, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And, he was on top of TNA for that run.
Yeah, I enjoyed him.
And when WWE got him, he was...
You remember when...
he maybe not like on a Cena level, but when WWE got him back, he was a big star.
Yeah.
And, they put him on... Well, I know that they put him on ECW to swerve everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was expecting, of course, Dirt Sheets. It was out that he was signed.
Yeah.
Everyone was expecting him to be on Raw or SmackDown with a matter of time. And then... Go figure, one of the few nights I'm watching ECW back then.
I remember I caught it too.
And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And they weren't in the best town, so he didn't really get a good reaction, the best reaction rather. But, and he was the man on ECW.
I mean, considering, you mentioned the blue dot, that's a legit story that one of the writers put out.
Yeah, it got confirmed by JBL.
And,
headset,
well, Alex Greenfield said it on a podcast that I listened to.
Mentioned it on Raw.
That they wanted to put Vince wanted to put a blue dot over Christian's face.
I think it's just he's in that category, guys.
I mean, did you
writer who doesn't get the best writing?
If there's one proof that they don't really give a shit about Christian, remember when Flair did the Hall of Fame and they wanted somebody to go to TNA? I guess it was the deal was okay, well,
just because they want to send Christian doesn't mean they don't give a shit about him. Who else would you have sent? You were going to send John Cena to TNA?
No.
To appear on camera? So what? It makes sense to say Christian, he was there.
Yeah. I think the only two guys they could have sent was either Christian or R-Truth.
Well, R-Truth's not going back there. R-Truth is not going back there. R-Truth, could have been their world champion a couple times too. They buried, I don't know.
He was our world champion.
Once.
Twice. I think twice.
Was it twice?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because then he got it back again. I think
he was the second champion. He beat Shamrock for
Yeah, he beat Shamrock the first time.
Yeah.
The second one I learned now from you, so I don't know who he beat that second time, but
it was a short title run.
Truth got buried in TNA after a while.
Yeah,
he did. He got buried in TNA after a while. So I don't know. It's tough. But did you catch anything else of SmackDown? I heard it was a good show.
I went back to just watch that, but I'm trying to remember what else happened on Raw. I know they had a little interaction with Kane and Bryan.
Okay.
I mean, I can see them fighting tomorrow to go home for the Chamber.
I don't see why not.
Because they're not fighting at the pay-per-view, and that's not a Mania match. But
what do you think Kane's gonna do at Mania?
Maybe Sheamus.
Kane can't sit out Mania. He's Kane.
He
can't wrestle in that damn suit though.
They can throw him with Sheamus. I don't know.
Kane can't sit out Mania. Sorry.
No.
He can't. Even if it's a tag, he can't sit it out. I know Big Show's been promoting stuff. And he's got, this was the big thing that came out.
Mark Henry came back on Raw.
Oh, did he? I actually didn't know that.
Well, they set it up. They did a backstage segment with the Shield, and Renee Young brought up, people are saying that you haven't defended your U.S. title in a long time, Dean Ambrose.
Okay, which is true.
So I guess he was like, well, because it takes too long with paperwork and all this other shit, and he's like, I'll fight anybody out there, and then I don't know, kind of Roman Reigns was egging him on, yeah, come on, dude. Prove that you can defend your titles. Yeah. I think they were teasing that Roman Reigns was going to challenge him, but it was Henry.
Okay.
And then it was a DQ finish.
Well, I mean, I still want to see the triple threat Shield match.
And Roman Reigns called Renee Young baby girl.
No.
He was like, "Hey, baby girl."
That's it. They're gonna make him. That's it.
There he goes.
Line. That's gonna be his deal. I'm telling you.
I was like, "Oh, there he goes." When I heard that, I was like, "What?"
Oh man, I still want to see the Shield triple threat match for Mania.
It'll probably happen.
Because then you're gonna single out Rollins and
Nah, yeah, it'll be a triple threat.
And then Big Show revealed he's got 4 years left on his contract, and then he's done. I thought that was pretty interesting.
I didn't hear that one.
I can't picture a WWE World without the Big Show. That's a big void.
There was an article they put up. Like I didn't get a chance to check it out, but it was like 15-year anniversary of his debut.
Yeah.
At the Massacre.
Yeah.
And yesterday was also the 10-year anniversary of Eddie winning the title.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like what was it, a week ago? It was Perfect's 12-year anniversary to his passing.
Yes.
Right. That was pretty hardcore. I think Sunday when we were recording the show.
I believe so. Yeah.
So like the 9th or something. Yeah.
I know it was like around my grandma's birthday.
Yeah. Around that time. Yeah, February is a bigger month than people, realize. This is, it was 2014, right? So 12 years ago this month, the NWO came to the WWE.
Wow. I feel really old, referring to all these, 10, I remember Eddie winning the belt like it was yesterday.
The one that hit me the hardest was last summer when the NWO thing turned 15. That hit me the hardest. Last summer, the NWO turned 15. The Bash at the Beach incident?
That was 96.
It turned 15
So
years.
there were if it was 2013.
No, not the summer that we just did. The one before that.
They turned 15 in 2011.
Was it? Wow, so look at that.
So now they're
forget it. I'm just dropping the ball.
They're almost adults now.
Yeah, almost.
Holy shit.
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
I feel old.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's crazy.
What other moments will probably make us feel old right now? Jeez.
The fact that just WrestleMania 20 being 10 years ago, I remember.
Well, I got this one. Oh, it has to do with WrestleMania 20. This is Brock's second WrestleMania since he was back, and it's 10 years since his last one.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big thing. And I know Batista did his first house show appearance in ages. Mm-hmm. That was on their Instagram. It
was Cena, Orton, and Batista's Mania debuts.
Yeah, that's right. All on the same. Yeah. Do the house shows not having pyro demoralize the house shows? Because I saw the video that WWE put up of Batista.
I saw it too. It looked weird.
And I was like, you can get away with it with Rey Mysterio, maybe the Big Show.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta have the machine guns for Batista.
Yeah.
Come on.
I saw it too. It was a little jarring to see.
Yeah, and then he's got the stupid Austin slut tattoos and things.
I was disappointed that he came out in his trunks and didn't have another fashionable outfit.
He's gonna wrestle. How is he gonna have the yeast infection outfits on?
He didn't even wrestle on the show. It was a post match.
Oh no!
No, he came out and powerbombed Alberto after Alberto beat Dolph Ziggler in a 90-second match.
He's gonna leave. He's gonna do a Punk.
Del Rio beat Ziggler in a 90-second match.
Oh, come on!
And then
don't tell me that. This is on Raw.
When Ziggler was doing his entrance, before he did his big slide where he goes across the apron, before he even reached the ring or even the mats before the ring, they started playing Del Rio's music, and he looked pissed.
Wow. Be careful.
He wasn't you can tell he wasn't expecting that, and it threw him off.
He's gonna leave. He's gonna do a Punk. He's gonna take his shit and go.
He's gonna be TNA champion.
Speaking of Punk, what is with everybody wanting to fight him in MMA? There's 3 guys now lined up. Yeah, we forgot to
mention that last week. The Green Ranger wants to fight him.
Now there's 3 guys lined up.
Who else wants to fight him?
2 other MMA dudes. That was what broke this morning. Now the Green Ranger, was it Tommy something?
Jason David Frank.
Jason whatever douche. He wants to take on Punk, and now 2 more MMA fighters.
Well, I know there's a picture of them together at Comic-Con.
Would have been a better picture. Punk slapped the shit out of him. 2 more guys want to take him on. Jason David Frank is the first guy. He's been after him for years. Former UFC fighters Phil Baroni and Jason Mayhem Miller are also calling out Punk. What has Punk pissed off everybody in UFC by showing up? I don't understand.
I don't know. He goes there to watch. He's a fan.
This is the third.
I know he's friends with a few of them.
This is the third fighter because I don't consider the Green Ranger a fighter. I think
he accompanied Chael Sonnen once.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen is the one that cuts promos.
Well, he's friends with 3 of them, good friends with them. Plus, he trains with the Gracies.
Yeah.
Yeah, did he piss off every UFC fighter or something?
I mean, I thought him and Green Ranger are always doing Comic-Con, so I thought that they got along.
He's not a UFC fighter. He's a Ranger. That's it.
He's done some MMA fights.
Did he use a sword?
No.
Did he wear a helmet?
No.
Then he should have gotten killed.
And he didn't use the flute.
And he didn't use the flute either? No. He's not even MMA fighter. UFC is fake then. No, I can't take that. I can't accept that. I can't. No. Speaking of and punk and girls and stuff, Lita goes in the Hall of Fame this past Monday. I don't know how I feel about that. Not saying that she doesn't deserve it. I feel like that was a draw. Mm-hmm. Her induction is a draw. She was a huge cornerstone of the Attitude
I think this might be like the most unconventional class of all time.
Yeah.
Warrior, Jake, Lita, Barbera. If they when they
you want to know something? I was expecting another asshole. Like Warrior had tweeted. I wanted assholes to be inducted this year.
Yeah.
I would have even wanted fucking Phil Muchnick from the Daily News, who hates everything about wrestling, to have been inducted. I don't care. But I was upset when it was a woman. They should have saved her for last. No, I want another asshole. But, I mean, Lita totally deserves it. I just feel like her induction is a draw.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And then, Paul Bear's going to come. He's not an asshole. Get me more assholes.
Well, I mean, Bear's not even there to accept.
But what? That's not an asshole move, though, because he was still a nice guy in his ghost.
Oh, yeah, I heard he was. Yeah.
He was one of the sweetest guys. Get me more. Who are assholes in wrestling that need to be inducted?
Hall and Nash.
Do they count, though? Because they're my kind of asshole.
Yeah.
All right, true. Hall and Nash. And then the rumor is Hall.
No, he confirmed that wasn't the case. He was just making like a joke about all of them being verified.
Yeah, I did catch that out.
And he said like, "Oh, I'm not popular in Stamford."
Yeah, I would. Hall could get inducted either as a group or individually.
Yeah.
But
I mean, him and Nash both deserve individual.
Oh, absolutely. But I don't know what it is with WWE. They have to get these group things, and we spoke about this. And
yeah.
Even though the NWO, the founding three, can go in as a group.
After you induct Hall and Nash individually.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I mean, even if they wait till like 2016, like the 20-year anniversary.
Look, I'm just saying, Hogan is going to appear on the Raw Network show. That's the word on the street.
You think he inducts Warrior?
No, I'm just saying, but what if they do the Hall of Fame graphic and then all of a sudden, and then it's the NWO music? I'm just saying. What if?
You never know.
You never know. Is it time for a break, or are we going to go for another? How long are we in this now?
My new GarageBand just has bars and beats. It doesn't have a fucking clock, so I don't know how long we've been going.
What am I, Prince? I got to keep the rhythm here? Now we got to get a stopwatch for our sets?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know what time we start. It might be like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, 20 or so minutes or something.
All right.
I don't know.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Made up my past. So go let your soul dance, baby. Time to free yourself at last. Unshackle your life spirit. Fly away from the past.
Hey folks, for everything For Life Podcast, check out our website, forlifepodcast.com. If you go to the Contact Us section and send us an email or a question for the show, we will send you a free 8x10 of any superstar from the big event in New York, March 8th. All right, folks, we're back. I gave Cheyenne his weekly Raw update.
My Raw tablet update, which is funner than watching it because he's here. Just real quick, Usos tag match. Was the whole match good or just what I saw?
The ending of the match was pretty good.
Okay, yeah, everything I saw from the WWE's YouTube channel, fantastic. The tag was great.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Loved the splash elbow point thing.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Finally got to see the Oksana knee thing. How disrespectful.
Yeah.
And, why was that your first...
Instinct?
Like,
Let me
anybody...
just drop a knee on her face.
Anybody who's ever countered a sunset flip...
Just comes down...
It's either you come down or you throw a right hand.
Yeah.
That's it. You either do the flare rope
because it's easier to work a punch than a knee coming straight down.
Yeah, it's just why would you...
And I'm surprised that they haven't, punished her or... they had her on Raw the next week doing the knee again, kind of
I mean, I give it to them for making that a thing, though. And she does need a thing. I haven't seen her work. Is she as bad as people say?
Yeah. It's pretty sloppy.
She's like still green.
Yeah.
I don't see how, considering like she was gone for like almost 2 years before they brought her back.
Yeah, she's been around a while, and then she was on NXT. Like,
what was she doing while she was in NXT? Was she managing or was she wrestling?
no, she was wrestling. They had like when she was on the all women's NXT.
Oh right, but wasn't that when she was marrying Goldust or whatever?
Yeah, but she was.
That's
still,
what I'm saying. Where
she was
go?
working during that time. She was.
She was doing okay.
I don't remember.
And then afterwards, she went down to Florida to the NXT down there,
I think so.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember much from that. Like, I remember like AJ I know that was the season. It was AJ, Caitlyn, Oksana, Naomi,
and
Maxine.
Who? Oh my god, oh my god! Still don't know why they got rid of her, because she was a good worker and she was disgustingly hot. And an AJ Maxine feud right about now would be dynamite. And she's disgustingly hot. Oh my Christ! Change the subject.
That was the season that they had Isis the Amazon, but she never even made it onto the show, and they replaced her with Caitlyn.
Oh yeah, I heard about that chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I remember that angle. Yeah.
But,
Karma and AJ would be good right about now too for Mania.
Karma and AJ?
That'd be cool for Mania. You know, it sucks that AJ's a heel because it would be cool if they did the David and Goliath thing.
Yeah.
But Karma would go over if that was to happen. We talked SmackDown.
That would be like when Chyna and Ivory fought.
Yeah, so real quick, a little fun fact. So the network is going to pretty much just be the WWE app. That's been finalized. So the WWE app will
have an update.
Will have an update and all that good stuff. And so it'll be available to us starting 9 a.m.
Yes.
That morning. You can enjoy the network and all that.
I'm kind of pissed off because I'm off work tomorrow for President's Day.
Okay.
But not next Monday.
Oh, of course. Well, I gotta close. I'm missing.
I wish.
I'm missing.
I wish I was off on next Monday, so I can just stay home all day and watch the network.
I'm missing the big Raw, and I can't call out because the cat's out of the bag. I asked for the day off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'll enjoy the network in the morning. Put it on all my devices. My PlayStation is the number one thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna get it on, obviously.
Yeah, I'll get it on my PlayStation, the iPad.
Yeah. So. Yeah. When I get a smart box, I'm gonna put it out here under the TV and everything like that. And the content is going to be updated regularly. So what do you think? What do you think there regularly is? Every week, every month?
I know when 24/7 that was every month, right?
No, we got it every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, okay.
Because we got new content twice a month.
Maybe every week or every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, considering like right now it's every pay-per-view that they have.
Do you think they're gonna get rid of content do you think that pay-per-view library will always be up there?
I think the pay-per-views will always be up there.
Because I feel like I have all those pay-per-view libraries. I have WWE all the way up to like 2002. I have all WCW and all ECW.
Right.
So it's like I'm wondering, like, should I keep it on my hard drive? It's taking up space. If it's going to be available.
I would just
in case. Yeah.
I would just because. Mm-hmm. But I don't see the pay-per-views going anywhere. Yeah. Because when they do the trailer for it, that's a big every pay-per-view.
That's like a big selling point.
Yeah. So I if you wanted to change out home video titles,
you can add like Raws and Nitros and.
Yeah. Well, remember we talked about this last week. You shut this down. Originally, every Raw and SmackDown ever was going to be available,
but I don't think
you told me that they're not going to do it.
To my knowledge, they haven't advertised that.
This is true.
I feel like if that was the case, like the way that they're advertising every single pay-per-view, they would have said every single Raw and Nitro. They would have pushed that heavily.
Yeah.
That might be. I mean,
when we did the announcement on one of our first episodes, though, that was one of the bullets. That was
but now, they said catch your favorite Raw episodes. So I don't know what but that doesn't mean every Raw.
Yeah, and I'm sure
And if you have 1,500 hours, that's definitely not all the Raws because there's already over 1,000 Raws.
Right.
So
started from 1 to 2 to 3 hours now. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So
I mean, maybe.
Right now the might be the pay-per-views. That might be like
a selling. That might be a selling point, maybe for the 6-month mark to get people to renew. That might be like the selling point. Oh, every Raw and Nitro available.
Yeah, I'd love to see. A lot. YouTube is not like it was when it first came out, where there was pretty much nothing you couldn't find. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see a Nitro in HD.
Yeah.
Just like my favorite.
Oh yeah, because the quality is people that filmed it on, taped it on VHS and uploaded it.
So real quick, talking about Nitros and going into it. So,
do you see any other shows coming on, like maybe like Shotgun or?
I don't see why not.
I would love to see like the original Shotguns when they were throughout the city.
Venues. The 3 things I want to see the most are Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Coliseum videos.
Yeah.
And the morning shows.
Mm-hmm.
Prime time. Live wire. Superstars.
Live wire. That was awesome.
All of those. Mania. Those are the three things I want the most.
Yeah.
Talking about the network and integration and superstars. I mean, there's a lot of big things coming for the big network role that I'm going to miss. Sting. It's been out there. We talk about it every week. Straight to the forward. Is Sting a novelty?
I believe so. I mean, he can still work, and he can still be used.
I don't think he's a novelty because it's... I think signing Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, who can no longer work, is more of a novelty.
I think the biggest attraction with Sting, with the exception of facing Taker, like, the biggest deal with him signing would be that, okay, after all these years, he's finally in WWE. He's the one guy that they've never had.
That's the novelty. I don't think Sting is.
I think that's the big deal. It's like, okay, even during WCW, he was never there. When WCW closed 12 years ago, he never came in once. You know, like, so I think that's the big deal. Is like, okay, this guy is the one guy, the one big star that's never been with WWE.
Right. Well, you know, the thing that I keep reporting, and I don't know if you heard it last week because my quality was terrible. They don't see Sting as a priority right now, and that's just really, really upsetting.
I think with the network and Mania, I think the network's at the top of their list.
The current, the bigger picture is Mania, but it's like, how is he not a priority? Mm-hmm. And like, you can put him on Mania. Like I talked to you just a few moments before we went on the air. You know, Punk leaving, and I'm sure I've said this for 2 weeks already. Punk leaving has rearranged everything for WWE.
Yeah.
They're talking about the now more than Mania versus, you know, when Punk was still there, you were seeing the inklings for Mania.
Yeah.
You know, having Sting there, bam, Sting and Taker is finally, you know, like, it helps. Mm-hmm. It establishes certain things. And, you know, Sting is, for whatever reason, is going to be more involved with the network than on the product. But you can, I mean, I know on the internet it was out there, like, if Sting gets signed, he will work
a few matches,
and then the big one is Taker, and then he will retire and get the Hall of Fame deal and everything. So, I don't know. I don't think Sting's a novelty. Mm-hmm. It's not like Hogan, where, you know, now it's just having Hogan's face and with Flair and Hogan his face. You know, they're not going to work again.
Yeah.
Hogan's got, you know, a decent chance, but, you know, it's not looking good, you know, in terms of, like, the physical.
Yeah.
You know, because he can't pass it, and if he doesn't pass it, it's not going to happen. That's
like
even
Flair's not working a WWE match.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not. Like, if I was to put Flair back in the ring, it would be a fight. Mm-hmm. It would be a fight.
Like they did with Orton. No, was it? No, Jericho.
What do you mean?
Didn't he have like a street fight kind of deal after?
Wait, Orton. It would be like that, but better. I literally have it in my head. I think about it quite often. Because, not saying that he needs to be forgiven by the WWE fan.
I mean, honestly, how many people do you think even saw his TNA matches or his Australia match?
Oh, well, the Australia matches is nobody but the live crowd.
Yeah.
The TNA matches, you know, whoever saw it on TV, you know, I know the fact that Hogan and Flair were getting back in the ring was a draw for them. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't say otherwise.
I mean, from what I heard, the only good match he had in TNA was that one with Foley.
Yeah, the Foley one was...
Because even Foley mentions it.
Yeah, the Foley one, but it was one of those things like, look at these guys, look at what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think that match might have been better than the one they had at SummerSlam.
Probably.
You know, but if it was me booking the Flair thing, it would be like a fight. It would be, obviously, in a Flair town. It would probably be in Greensboro.
Yeah.
Because I always felt like Greensboro was better to Philly than Charlotte. No offense. It would be in Greensboro, and it would be like one of those things like, you know, can't touch me, you know, you're an old man, all that stuff. Backstage segment with Michaels.
Yeah.
You know, Michaels would be like, you know, you had the nerve to get back into a ring.
But do you really think they would reference that in
Yeah.
WWE?
Probably not, but this is my dream booking of it. And it's like,
I mean, I know Shawn, when he did his, like, retirement speech the night after Mania, he did mention, like, oh, I plan on sticking to this. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like
that was a jab.
Like, it was a jab.
That was a clear jab.
Yeah.
And certain guys do have a habit of saying, like, Jericho says that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Jericho says that quite a bit. And I want to talk about that podcast with you, too. So then, you know, like, Michael's kind of giving the ultimatum. Tonight, you have no choice but to win this fight. And then, you know, it's whoever it is. You know, I thought the Orton fight thing was okay.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, like, Flair is one of the few guys for his age at that time that could still produce.
Yeah,
but
and I know they had him
not
with
been...
the Jericho feud with the Legends and Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. Flair at that time was...
I mean, I felt like it sucked because considering like how bad Snuka looked in the ring, like I was like Flair would have done a much better job.
Yeah.
Like, I think Piper looked okay, like Steamboat looked fantastic, and I think if Flair
for a guy that never touched the ring
in almost like 20 years, like,
and then the thing with Flair's one of the guys, like at that time he was still working out and still bumping and training with Reed. Now Flair probably hasn't bumped.
Yeah,
it's not like he's gonna be terrible at it, but to work is a totally different deal. That's how I would book it, Flair. The Hogan thing, that's an easy one to book too, if you ask me. But, I don't think he's going to pass that physical. It's like, the rumors that if Kurt Angle doesn't pass that physical, he's going to be a trainer in NXT.
Yeah.
And, did you catch any of the Austin rumors too this week?
The Austin rumors?
There are a couple of Austin rumors, and,
there's
saying
always
that,
Austin rumors.
Yeah, but this one was really, and Austin even replied to it.
This
one was that he was working out during Tough Enough in the ring, and then he messed himself really, really bad.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, and then he figured out he messed himself worse than he already was, and he figured out this might not be the best choice for him.
Okay.
And then he put on Twitter dirt sheets, it's not true, get your fat, Austin. But I was like, come on, that's absurd.
Yeah.
Absurd, because I know Austin was goofing around in the ring. I don't think he was bumping though.
He did a quick little match with that guy Luke, I think.
Yeah. And then
he mentioned on his podcast this week that he went up to Cameron.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that she was the first one eliminated from Tough Enough.
Yeah, that was asked.
But he was like, well, I told her back then, there's a place for her in the business, and I'm not surprised that she made it because she's. I mean, I find it funny that she was the first one eliminated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the guy that won is not even.
He's wrestling in Puerto Rico.
Oh, he's back on? Because I know he quit for a little while.
I know, yeah, he's been wrestling in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. For what? Council?
Huh?
WWC?
Yes.
For Carlos? That'll be good for him.
Because I was looking up, shows down there, and,
he had a nice look. A nice mid-card look.
He had, a similar... I mean, he reminded me a bit of Edge.
Do you remember the guy from the first Tough Enough? The big guy, Hawk? Do you remember him? With the Tyson Kidd haircut before Tyson Kidd even was on WWTV? Hawk? He was the biggest dude. He had the best look out of all of them, and he got injured. Well, I mean, then again, this is 12 years ago.
I know there was one guy that I liked on the show that he got injured midway through.
Big buff white guy. He had the Tyson Kidd style haircut. Before
I have it on my hard drive. I can go back and check it.
Yeah, he was. And,
I know I think it was the guys that his name was Greg. I think he was my favorite guy, but then he got injured midway through.
Wasn't Greg the Chooch or whatever?
I'm not sure.
Something like that.
There was one guy that I was rooting for, and he got injured.
I think I remember a Greg on the Morrison season.
I don't know. And I felt from the beginning. I saw Maven, and I was I had a feeling Maven was gonna win from the start.
Well, when that guy went home because of his injury,
yeah,
I had a feeling it was gonna be Maven.
Yeah.
Maven after a while, we talked about this recently.
He's a bouncer.
No, but we talked about his run recently. Yeah, I mean,
Josh Matthews is the only guy that's there from that season.
I never understood why they never put Josh Matthews to wrestle.
Yeah.
That really, and he did a moonsault. Remember at the end of the seasons,
and they had Nowitzki, but he had a concussion.
Is that why Nowinski stopped?
Yeah, because he got a concussion. And, that's why he studies the brains. And he studied Benoit's brain. And
I mean, he wasn't that great.
Yeah. I mean, he had a cool little gimmick.
He had a great gimmick, but he wasn't the best
wrestler.
He
had a decent.
He was very good in the video game, though.
Really?
He was really good in
I was watching one of the Rumbles, where he goes over and he hits his face.
Oh yeah, and then he starts wearing the mask. I remember that thing. He was doing that when he was teaming with Roddy Mack. You remember when they had a thing? Yeah, exactly.
I know there was an Tough Enough 2 who's still around from that one. I know that was the one, the two chicks one. It was Jackie
and Nydia. Yeah.
No. Nydia won season 1 with Maven.
Yeah, with Maven.
It was Jackie and the tall black chick. Linda Miles,
yeah. Oh man,
I heard that she was a bitch.
She was a. Do you remember seeing when she was burying the Bashams on SmackDown?
Yeah,
and she was cursing up a storm. Wow.
Yeah, I heard a lot of bad reports about her.
Yeah, dirt sheets. I think those.
I know, and Jackie Gaeta won. She married Charlie Haas.
Married Charlie Haas.
Kenny King was on that season.
Yeah, that's right.
Matt Morgan. ODB tried out for season 1, but she didn't get in.
She didn't get in.
I saw her on the debut episode.
Yeah.
I think Awesome Kong also tried out.
Awesome Kong tried out. There's another one that's pretty notable that I can't remember right now. That tried out in
season 3 had Morrison.
And he was the winner for that, yeah.
Yeah, and the other guy, Matt, but he had, like, that brain tumor.
And the thing with him was, by the time Morrison debuted, nobody remembered that he went Tough Enough.
I remember. Well, and he looked a lot different from when he was, like, he had short hair on Tough Enough. And
and then he had
grew his hair out. Then he was
Johnny Nitro.
He was Johnny Blaze for a week.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we were doing EZW, there was a Johnny Blaze with us, so I thought it was pretty funny. Like, and then 04 was Miz was the runner-up for that one, the one Daniel Puder won.
Yeah.
Ryback was on that one.
Yeah, Ryback was on that one. That was when he was eating, and Al Snow hated it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I think Boogeyman, that was the one that Boogeyman
tried out for the $1 million one.
And he lied about his age.
The $1 million one.
And he lied about his age. He said he was 30,
and John
but he was
Studd's
40.
son was on that, and he didn't make it. That was sad.
Yeah.
That was sad. But he got into it way too late.
Mm-hmm.
John Studd's kid was like in his late 20s by then.
Well, look at Axel. He's in his 30s.
Yeah, but Axel's been wrestling for a while already.
Yeah.
Remember, he was with Harley for like 2 or 3 years before he got signed.
Yeah.
Same with Trevor Murdoch. He was with Harley for like 2 or 3 years before he got signed.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Murdoch's not wrestling anymore, right? Trevor Murdoch?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know.
I know he's in Japan for a minute. Is he still there?
I don't think so. I heard somebody, some podcast I heard this week, they mentioned him, but he's not wrestling.
Speaking of podcasts this week, I did do your recommendation. I got to check out the Chavo on the podcast Talk is Jericho. Is that?
Yes, Talk is Jericho.
I got to check out part 2 of Chavo Guerrero's interview, and they chronicalized in part 1 Eddie Guerrero's passing and what Chavo had to go through during that stage, and in part 2 they
the Benoit.
They talked about Benoit, and your thoughts on that?
I thought it was interesting, and I thought like just the fact that he hasn't gone nuts, having lived through both of those, like considering how involved he was, like the fact that the security called him for Eddie, and he had to go to the room and he found Eddie dead in the bathroom, and he even. Then again with Benoit, like him and Benoit were close at that time, because Eddie passed, so like they became close during that time, and they were traveling, and like he was the last one to speak to him, and he texted him like the info with the dogs, and like just the fact that like Chavo didn't know what the hell was going on, and he kind of covered for like I guess he was concerned, so he didn't want to tell the office
something
yet. He told Laurinaitis the following day, and he was like, why didn't you tell me? And like,
everyone do the Johnny Ace voice?
I mean, but he was. I mean, in a way, like I feel like I would do the same for you, and you would do it for me. Like if I got like a weird text from you, I would try to help you out myself.
But they did do it right away, Bosh. They did cover for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like like if I got like a weird text from you, I would probably try to help you out, or at least
before taking it to that.
Before like.
One of the things that was never explored before, because media outlets just sensationalize the shit out of it. So Benoit and Chavo did speak, and Nancy and Daniel were already dead.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy
on Saturday.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah, one thing that I wanted to touch on was that do you remember the part where, I don't know if you remember this? I actually didn't see I've never seen the Benoit tribute show.
I saw it.
I saw the last, the day that it happened, I had an announcing gig.
But I know that was the day that they were supposed to do the Vince funeral.
Right.
From the car blowing up.
Right.
And, like, I know Vince came out and he said it was a storyline. Then
Yes.
They pretty much showed, like, a bunch of matches and footage from the Benoit DVD.
Yeah, and a lot of it from the DVD.
And then just, like, little interviews in between.
Yeah, and I had an announcing gig that day.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to see it, and Sean Masters called me.
Yeah.
He said, hey, did you hear about Benoit? And I was like,
I know I found out like during that day. Like I actually remember I think I was at April's place and I went online. I was like, oh, wait, let me just check real quick the results. I want to see if this Benoit and CM Punk match was any good, so I can. Because I didn't see the pay-per-view, so I was like, oh, let me see if this match was any good, so I can go back and watch it during the week.
Which I was expecting it to be very good.
And I remember that was the only thing I checked for. I just remember I went on WWE.com and I was like, oh, let me see if there was like a good review for this Punk and Benoit match because I really want to check it out. And I saw like John Morrison won the ECW title, and I was like, what the fuck? And then like I read, and they said that he didn't show up because his family was sick or something, and then I was like, that's weird. And then like the next day, I saw online that, like him and his family all died, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And, like,
Yeah,
and I didn't find out till Tuesday when everybody else found out.
Yeah, Masters called me up, and I was like, "Oh no, I didn't get to check any dirt sheets yet, but I gotta go. I'm doing this gig," and I hung up, and about 9:30 ish or whatever, when I'm wrapping up to come home for the gig, Xavier texted me that Benoit passed away, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then I came home and I caught the WrestleMania 20 match, and then the video tribute, and it ended with Eddie, and but not immediately following Raw, but when Raw was over, I guess the cops had been to the house in Atlanta and they investigated it, and I'm guessing they just went by what they saw.
Yeah.
And I do remember WWE.com reporting that the Benoit family had been assassinated. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that they...
First I heard, like, food poisoning.
I heard food poisoning when Xavier was texting
I heard
me.
that they, like, I guess, like, they said that that's why he didn't show up to the show.
Right, they went by that
sick.
because that was what Chris had said to Chavo and to Tex. But I remember very much so that WWE reported that they were assassinated.
Yeah.
That can just kind of tell you what, like, kind of crime scene it must have been, especially considering the fact, like, even though he killed them, for them to, say, for the police to say and then report back to WWE, assassinated.
Yeah.
That's a big word. I feel like we
because then it seemed like, and then, like, internet marks, what's the first thing they start saying and throwing out there? Oh, it was Kevin Sullivan. Like,
oh my god, oh my god, oh.
Like, okay, he had a history with her. He was married. She left him for Benoit, but that doesn't mean that the guy.
There was a
killed.
sick.
I mean, considering his character and the rumors about him, that was the first thing that people assumed.
Yeah.
Like,
listen, I can have a very sick and very mean sense of humor, but there was a that I did not find funny at all. And I think it's still on YouTube, where Kevin Sullivan, quote unquote, confesses to killing.
I saw there was one, like, a weird, like, little animated, like, cartoon, like, stop motion cartoon where he's, like, killing his family. Like,
yeah, I've seen that one.
And, like, okay, like, this is something, like, it kind of set me off online on Facebook. Like, there were people putting up, like, little meme Valentine's Day cards, like joking, like.
Oh no.
So there was one. It was an Owen one, and it said, "Oh, I've fallen for you."
Come on, man.
And I went off. I kind of went off. I was like, the same people that are putting up these mean jokes about Owen are the same people that are whining about Benoit not being in the Hall of Fame and being ignored. And it's like, how do you sit there and make fun of Owen, who didn't drink, didn't do drugs, he loved his family, would never cheat on his wife, he was all about his kids, he wanted to make as much money to get out of the business just so he could be with his family.
That's right.
Not too long before he passed, he finally got his dream home that he's been saving up for, because he was all about his family, and like, that was number one. But you make fun of him for an accident, and these are the same people that are like, oh, put Benoit in the Hall of Fame, we miss Benoit, why won't WWE acknowledge him? And this guy killed his family.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of went off and I commented on it, and I was like, how are you the same people that are like praising Benoit but then
the logic
making fun of Owen?
The logic that I've created for that is,
and it's something that's bothered me for a while, and I think that set me off, and it was like,
I feel like you can't.
And even people were like, I find humor in a lot of sick shit, and this isn't funny. Like,
yeah. But the like,
kind of like when Hall went off on that guy at the Iron Sheik.
Yeah,
post.
who made the Owen Hart joke? That guy deserved it.
Yeah, and then everybody's bashing Hall.
Yeah,
like, I agree with Hall.
My logic with the Benoit thing, and then like, how can you not acknowledge him? Okay, what if it was Cena? Mm-hmm. All the people that hate Cena now are gonna be like, how can you not? You know, he was wasn't the biggest Cena fan, but he was the face for 12 years. Oh, so now. You know, there's no pleasing that guy, but there's a video on YouTube where it's Kevin Sullivan confesses, and you know that voice on the computer where you could type anything into it, and that's what it is. I'm like, are you that fucking bored?
Yeah.
Are you that bored? Are you that bored? And then I just remember what I didn't like about the media coverage. I don't know if anybody's gonna get this. You probably will, right? The next morning, it was out there, right? I'm on my way to school because what was it? Was it May or June?
June.
Right? You know, I'm out there.
It was the June pay-per-view.
Right? You know, the free newspaper out here in New York is the AM and the Metro paper.
Okay.
Buddy of mine shows me the AM newspaper. I got right to the front of my high school, and it was like a scene out of a movie. My buddy sees me, and he goes, flicks the newspaper at me, and Benoit's on the cover. Right? Had it been a celebrity, it would not have been in the free newspaper. right?
Yeah.
But the next day, Wednesday, Larry King, MSNBC, Daily News, New York Post,
Everybody.
Courier, Times. Come on now.
No,
Here's my contradict to that. X amount of years later, do you remember when Jeff Hardy's house burned down?
Yeah.
Okay, right before that, he got arrested, right? What was in his house? Cocaine, this, that, and steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Remember when they used that in the storyline with the Hardys?
Oh my god. But you know what? I actually was fine with that.
Yeah.
I was fine with that. But that's, that was a different thing. But like, found steroids in his house.
Yeah.
He's not a big guy.
Did you see his little promo video? He's coming back to TNA, but I was like...
I heard about that. As his Omega character, right?
Willow the Wisp.
Yeah. And this guy's sober? Sorry.
I heard that he debuted that character in like Ring of Honor like 10 years ago, and they booed him out the building, and like the fans shit on it.
Oh, I can't with them.
Oh, TNA.
I can't. So yeah, I just had to talk about that because that was a big...
I mean, I feel like that's always... And I think seeing that Valentine's Day card with the Owen, like, that just set me off. Like,
it's like, how do you not understand?
Mm-hmm.
And then from like... Okay, fine, whatever. You don't get it from a business standpoint?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, one of my employees was a murderer.
I'm not going to promote that, and like, especially now they're PG, they're publicly traded.
Like, Chris Benoit's greatest hits. Like, no, you can't. You do. People are just naive, I feel like.
I think people, they just want to find anything to bitch about.
I still have the newspaper in the closet.
I remember from that time.
File. I got I call it a file. I got a big stack of just shit.
Yeah.
With when I went down because it was everywhere. I got stuff from dirt sheets. I got the newspapers. Forget it.
I remember I read one of like the books that came out. I actually wrote an essay for it for my forensics class.
Yeah.
Did
you ever see the was it Grip of Death? Is that it? Did you ever read that? I think Teddy has.
I have the one. It's like the black cover and just says Benoit. And it has like that little picture of him like doing like
a diving
where
he's doing the headbutt. That
yeah.
one was the one that came out after.
Yeah.
But I think Death Grip was the one that came out first. I think Teddy's read that one.
Okay.
Because Teddy reads all the books we don't.
I read a lot of the books.
Yeah, but Teddy was doing it way before us. Yeah. Teddy's was a monster with the wrestling books back in the day. But I think that one.
Rock's writing a new book.
That one I'm looking forward to.
His first one was good. I enjoyed that. I think that was like the first one I read.
I never read his because I felt like, even as a 9-year-old, I was like, why the hell does he have a book? Like, I just couldn't get my head around that.
I love the story where he's like losing his virginity and he gets caught in the park.
I've heard, yeah. I've heard that story.
But his second book should be good.
Yeah, especially since it covers
his prime and like wrestling, his acting and
I'm looking forward to it.
I think who else? Booker T's writing another book.
Yeah, that's another one I'm really
Jericho's
looking
writing
forward
his
to.
third book.
Of course, Jericho easily a third bestseller for him.
Who else is
Brett? I think I think Brett has mentioned a sequel.
Really?
I think Brett has mentioned a sequel. And
I mean, since his last book, the only major thing was, well, I guess him coming back to WWE.
I heard about another book recently too. We said Brett. We said Jericho's third. I did read about another book this week. I heard
about a Billy Kidman one.
That's the one. The Kidman. The Kidman one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
But that one's not him though. That's like a biography on him.
It's apparently unauthorized biography on Billy Kidman.
No offense to Billy Kidman, but who went out of their way to make a biography?
And then okay, I guess I can say this. So the dirt sheets, it's just like the one headline, and then you click it for the article, right?
Yeah. Former WCW star.
Yeah, unauthorized. Yeah, former WCW star. Unauthorized book on former WCW star Billy Kidman. Coming out. I thought it was a book about Billy Kidman being gay. Out. So I was like, well, it doesn't say that he's gay. I was like, I had to reread it like 4 times. I was like, oh.
Well, he was with Tori for a long time, so.
Yeah, that was a sad one when they broke up.
Yeah.
I was sad about that. Then she got with A-Rod.
No, she was with Mitch of the Spirit Squad, then A-Rod.
I never knew that. Why? Ew.
He was like the fat one in the Spirit Squad.
Yeah. Billy Kidman was a good-looking kid. I'm not,
That's
I don't play for that
Kayfabe,
team, but I'll say he was a good-looking guy versus
Kayfabe
Mitch.
News put I think they put just like a random article where like Billy Kidman's mature, so he wants to be known as William Man. It was stupid, but I found it funny.
Oh man, and then real quick, I found it funny because, like, when people talk about Eddie and Benoit, they automatically go, man, Chavo and Ray and Dean, man. Chavo meant she's like Flair was there balling. I don't think people like to acknowledge that Benoit had other friends.
Yeah, well,
Benoit,
they like to connect that click, and then like, I mean, as ironic as it was that Chavo was so close to both, Jericho left WWE.
Yeah.
What, 3-4 months before Eddie passed, and then he came back a few months after Benoit passed, because he left August SummerSlam, and then he came back November of 2007. So he just missed both deaths and being on the road with them.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
and I know, like, Jericho was saying, like, he felt bad that, like, I guess he didn't get a chance to speak to Benoit, and I mean, it's easy to, like, when somebody passes you or something like that happens, you take that guilt, like, oh, what if I could have done something to prevent all this, or what if I could have spoken to him and maybe talked him out of it, or maybe like.
And then, like, Benoit was very, very cool with Arn Anderson. Flair was friends with Benoit's wife before he even met Benoit.
Yeah.
Flair was friends with Nancy for like 15 years.
Oh yeah, so that hit him hard.
And then, of course, being on the road with Benoit, knew Nancy, saw Nancy even more than he already had. Nancy managed Flair in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I remember that.
during the Funk feud and the RoboCop thing and stuff like that. And of course, he knew Daniel and Benoit's other kids from his previous marriage. She knew Nancy's kids. No,
he was part of the Horsemen.
He knew Nancy's kids from her first marriage with Kevin and other people and stuff like that. So, like, Benoit had other people, and I just feel like you can't really single out everybody else.
I think people like to just mention that.
Yeah, that band of brothers, of course. It's like if, let's say, God forbid, in the 80s, one of the Horsemen died. Yeah, of course.
It's like, okay, he didn't just have the Horsemen. Like,
yeah, like, come on. There's other friends that he had. Like, yeah, what? You think if Hulk Hogan dies, God forbid, Bruce Beefcake is going to be the only one crying his eyes out?
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, I know, like, he was mentoring MVP during that time.
Yeah.
Like
MVP and him were really, really
like
tight.
MVP's mentioned a lot. He's spoken a lot about.
Striker too in his shoot interview, and both of them.
I know, like, and Chavo said that Brad Armstrong was one of the other people to get a text.
Yeah, which was pretty surprising to me.
Like, I'm sure he was probably close with Finley.
Oh yeah, Finley.
Booker.
What did you think about that part where Regal was mentioned? How Chavo was like, Regal was the only one that wasn't crying. Regal kind of. I thought that was pretty interesting about that Chavo.
I mean, I know Jericho also mentioned in his book, like, that when he heard the news, he knew right away what happened, like, prior to the media even, like, announcing.
Yeah, because Gerwitz, he was on the phone with Gerwitz,
and he's the first person that's always said, like, oh, I would leave my kids with Benoit.
Yeah.
Hey, Homer.
Hey,
how's
Homer. Good to see you.
How's it going? You're back on the show.
Yeah.
But he always said, like, oh, I would a lineup of 100 guys, like, I would let Benoit watch my kids.
Yeah.
So.
And I give it to Jericho, where Jericho was like, I called Vince up and I said, listen, I'm gonna go on these shows, for the company. Jericho didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Jericho would have bashed the WWE or Vince McMahon.
I think he came across the best out of everybody. That was.
I think him and me, I got a soft spot for that Nash interview because Nash was just like,
Well, because he was honest.
Yeah, he was honest. But Jericho overall, because Jericho was on every show.
Yeah.
Jericho was in fact on. He was on Nancy Grace. He was on Larry King.
I think he was the one guy that was. He's a WWE guy, company guy, and he loves the WWE, but he was also really close to Benoit, and like.
Yeah.
So it was like, I guess he was objective. He was like, well, I was his close friend, but this isn't the person that I was friends with for the last 15, 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, versus the other people who pretty much never had a relationship with him would say, like, oh, man, he was off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was off. Or like when Deborah was on there talking about the Benoit scandal, but she was just talking about Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Like, it's not...
Yeah.
First of all, it's out there.
And Hugh Morris, like... when they had that side-by-side interview and Hugh Morris shit, like, he shut her shit down.
And good for Hugh, because he's another, he's a jerk, but he's another honest guy. And then, like, it's pretty out there, like... For wrestling fans, Deborah McMichael was the wrong person.
Yeah.
Because it was out there, like, you didn't get along with his wife. You did not get along with him. It's out there on the Horseman DVD.
She's bitter because of what happened with Austin.
Yeah, like, it's out there. You just went out there to be a media whore.
Yeah.
To be Bosch. You just went out there to...
Fuck.
I was like, is he going to catch that? So, yeah. But that was something.
Yeah.
That was that whole thing. That was something, man. And it's I just hope people would just become more open to the fact, like, listen, he in fact was a great wrestler.
Yeah, but that doesn't take away
from the day. That doesn't discount.
I mean, that's like somebody being a great actor or a great athlete. That still doesn't take away, like, or a great musician.
Yeah.
Like
Philip Seymour Hoffman just died, and
yeah,
he had a drug problem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it wasn't. That's not the same as the Benoit thing.
I mean, I feel like after the Benoit,
do you ignore? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you ignore?
I mean, after the
Benoit
thing, they didn't go out of their, like, when a wrestler, like, I know when Crush passed away, they didn't give him like a graphic. Like, they didn't really give him. Yeah,
there's a couple people that
Test
get a graphic.
Like did Umaga. I don't even remember if Umaga got one. I know after that.
No.
Yeah, like after that, like, I think it wasn't until,
Test
like,
and Crush didn't get one. Umaga didn't get one.
I think till Macho Man. Macho Man might have been like the first one they made a big deal out of.
No, there's
post.
people before Macho.
Unless it was like who, like, out of old.
Because Moolah died.
Okay, and like if it was somebody like out of old age or like natural, like pretty much.
Out of an overdose. Yeah, they weren't.
Pretty much any drug related.
There were people before Mach.
But like any drug related, they didn't get any. Like, they might have mentioned on the website, but they didn't get.
After Testo, who died off of drugs.
I think Umaga. That's the only one.
That was a big star in Umaga.
And he was still pretty recent.
I don't remember anybody after Umaga dying from drugs. There might
I can't
be
think.
one.
Those are like the three that I remember. I know Sherry died like shortly before Benoit.
Yeah, Sherry died after Eddie.
Yeah,
that was a big deal.
Because she was inducted 2006.
Yeah, and she was
the year that Eddie was inducted.
Yeah,
so she was
very,
there.
very young. There's a big scene of her like hugging Vicky.
And she looked great at that Hall of Fame. Yeah,
and I remember though the next night in Mania, like when they were doing the Eddie chants, like her hugging Vicky and just like looking at her, and she even raised Vicky's arm.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sherry was a cool chick. But,
yeah.
Just like, he was a great wrestler. He was a great hand. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's the best way I can do it, and we'll be back.
All right, that was depressing.
Yeah.
Hey folks, if you want anything For Life, you got to check out forlifepodcast.com. You can go on there for all of our social media, past episodes, news, updates, pictures, videos, anything you want For Life. So check out forlifepodcast.com. And if you're on Twitter or Instagram, it's at For Life Podcast. You can like us on Facebook, look for us on iTunes. So anything For Life Podcast is all there available for you at forlifepodcast.com. Because when you're listening to your podcast, you're listening to it for life. All right, folks, we're back. I guess we don't have much to talk about, so we'll talk about...
real quick before I forget. So I just want to point this out. I am going to miss the big network Raw. So for all my friends, that includes Bosch, Jamal Jackson, my enemy, the Big Rig Monster Jam. I don't want any live reports because I'm going to watch it the next day that I'm off on the network. And yeah.
Awesome.
So wait, I got a question. Do you think for that Raw I can just have to wait till it comes up on their live timeline, or do you think I can just go back and watch it?
I think it might be on demand the next day.
I hope so. I don't want to
Yeah.
Because I don't want to watch a bunch of pay-per-views and then forget about it.
Yeah.
That's why. Because if you can't go back with the old Raws and stuff, I don't see why you would be able to catch it unless it's on the timeline. So please don't tell me anything.
I will try to control myself.
Parental controls on my laptop and my iPod.
You're gonna block
me. So that I don't go on dirt sheets. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
In about 3 weeks, March 8th, we will be attending the big event.
Really, 3 weeks already?
I think no. Yeah.
3 weeks. And you're not gonna come me to the Brett thing, right?
No.
Yeah. You got the birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be in Queens. I'm not sure what the exact address is, but you can go to.
It got changed to the Marriott, right?
Okay, yeah, the Marriott by LaGuardia.
Yeah.
So you can check that out. Hopefully, it's better than the last venue, but they announced. I mean, it's been a few weeks since they made any announcements, but they did announce a few names this week. They put up a big teaser for their platinum guest, and I contacted Cheyenne, and we were trying to figure out who it was, and the clues were that this person never appeared at a wrestling convention. So immediately we kind of narrowed it down to Austin
or Heyman. Heyman was the one I really wanted because Heyman I don't see Heyman to me is feasible.
Yeah, I wanted either Austin or Heyman.
Yeah.
And then I brought up the fact, what if it's a celebrity like a Rodman or Mr. T or
Right.
so it was Rodman. They said that the person played another sport, so that narrowed it down. I was like, okay, it's most likely Rodman appearing in full NWO gear.
What, jeans and NWO t-shirt and a do-rag?
Yeah, and a Hogan bandana.
I can wear that. Will I be in NWO gear? I mean, then again, everybody else was in '97.
I mean, I the last big event I was in NWO gear.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I know Rhythm and Blues will be doing a photo op.
So is Valentine's hair gonna get dyed again? Is he gonna bitch about it like the first time?
I mean, I heard it's gonna be in gimmick, so he'll probably just put on like a jumpsuit.
I hope he doesn't wear a black wig.
Like I told you,
I'm so scared to meet him because, like we were talking about, he just looks so
grumpy.
unhappy. He looks like the grumpy cat's father.
I mean, I told Cheyenne the only way I would do a Rhythm and Blues photo op is if we're in a pink Corvette with DDP in the driver's seat.
You think DDP drives with the diamond gutters on? And when he does left turns, he's like.
So that's the only way I would pay that price to do a Rhythm and Blues photo op.
Yeah, I would rather meet them individually.
Yeah, I mean, I have my Jimmy Hart megaphone.
It's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass to get up there, though.
Is it?
It's a bit of a walk from the train station.
I think. I mean, we'll do it.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying it's not like it's right there.
Yeah.
Because it's.
I mean, the last one, it wasn't. I mean, I took a train and a bus, and it left me like a few blocks away. It was just like a big just had to go through like a big courtyard to get
Yeah,
me.
I checked it out.
The problem with the last one was that there was no ATM at the venue, so I had to leave and go up like a few blocks to a deli.
Oh, wow.
Because when I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to meet Hogan. Now I have to run to a fucking ATM.
Was the last one at a hotel?
Nah, yeah, I think so.
Oh, there should have been an ATM.
It was weird. Like, I checked and they did.
What kind of hotel was it?
Fuck, I forgot the name of the place.
Oh, then I'm gonna pass.
Or I don't know if it was like a hotel or maybe like a ballroom type place. I don't know.
That place was like a ballroom that you were at.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, we'll take our money beforehand. I mean, considering that you went to this amazing lineup that, like I told you when you sent me the poster.
Well, last time, like their lineup was Hogan. They had the photo op which I did with Hall, Nash, and X-Pac.
They had like 3 Survivor Series teams.
Yeah, Jericho.
Bruno was on it.
Bruno, DDP, Mick Foley, Sid, Sonny.
And I'm like, it's March. Nobody's committed yet for Mania. Nobody's going to be a NOLA. So I don't know why you couldn't get bigger names. And it's like Rodman's their headliner. That's why I'm so bothered. I'm going to hang out with you and cop some merch.
Yeah, I mean, I think I always go with the intention of taking as many pictures as I can. I think
right.
I might just take like a few. I'll do the Jimmy Hart, Honky, maybe AJ Styles, Harley, Bundy, Valentine.
Yeah, I think I'm either gonna get a bunch of stuff signed. I think because I don't have.
I mean,
stuff,
in a way, there's nobody that's like too expensive. I mean,
yeah.
Rodman's the only one, and we're not paying $80 to meet
I wouldn't
Rodman.
want to meet him for free.
Yeah,
honestly, because I don't have stuff for everybody to sign, I might just do autographs for all of them.
Or photo ops.
I mean, photo ops.
I mean, that's usually what I do. Like, I'll do the photo ops. Like, I don't go crazy too many autographs. Like, unless it's something like I really want to autograph. But,
yeah.
Because at the last one, the only autograph I got was Sonny, the Raw magazine.
Oh, but that's totally, like honestly, I would.
And like I would have gotten Hall, but I contributed to the Kickstarter, so he sent me an 8x10 already autograph, so I didn't need his autograph.
Yeah, for Jimmy Hart, I have a photo op with him, and I have an autograph, so it's like I can do either one already. Honky. I have a
megaphone. So
for Honky, I have his classic figure, so I can either get that signed or get his photo with him. I'm probably gonna do this photo.
I have a bunch of the Hasbros, but they're all loose, and like I don't want the loose figures autographed.
And we talked about what I might do with Valentine, and getting stuff signed at Hasbros and stuff like that. And Harley, I gotta meet because me and big NWA.
Yeah, I know he was at Access, and I tried to get like a quick picture with him as he was leaving, but like they were trying to get him out of there, like he was in a wheelchair and like.
Oh, he was at Access.
Yeah,
he was in a wheelchair. He'll probably still be in it for this one. He had the wheelchair and the neck brace on because I know he got hurt a few times.
No, he was walking with a cane, and they walked him to like the wheelchair, and they took him out. But...
Okay, yeah, well, Harley's getting up there. Yeah, well, he is up there.
I'm trying to remember who else is
still
there.
Tough
I know
as nails, man.
Like the American males are gonna be doing.
I'm not gonna meet them, and it sucks that the Piper one is so. Not far, but it's not commutable.
Yeah.
To go and do that, because that I would like to meet Piper and Snuka.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely. I mean, if you go to WrestleCon, like at least go for that. The
100, right? Yeah.
I mean, if it's the Piper's Pit, photo
Yeah,
op?
you know me, I get a kick out of that.
I mean, I would love that. Like,
Yeah.
I would go just for that.
Yeah, I mean, not Harley. I just had somebody else that I want to meet from big event. I can't believe Rodman is their headliner. Shoot, there's somebody else. I was gonna be at the big event. Joey Styles, I'm probably gonna meet.
Howard and Finkel.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet Finkel. I'll probably get the photo op for Finkel.
Yeah, most likely. He's
probably
pretty
get-
cheap. Like,
Was he like 15, right?
maybe 10. I think he was 10 at
Something like that. Yeah. Finkel, Styles. Like the thing with Styles is, if I miss Styles that day, he's there. He's at Wrestling Universe the next weekend.
I met Styles at the McFoley stand-up show.
Yeah, like Piper, Striker, and Snook are gonna be at the big indie show meet and greet at Resorts World, but it's just so
maybe it
out of the
conflicted
way.
with that. That's why maybe Piper couldn't make it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, because I thought they were together. And remember, I mentioned to you, he's also going to be at a wrestling show.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened.
That was pretty disappointing because I went on the site and I noticed Piper wasn't on the homepage. He wasn't on the guest page.
Yeah.
They removed it off Facebook, and I contacted them and I asked them, and they said no, he's not.
If it was just Piper, if it was more than just Piper, I would say let's split the cab ride.
Yeah.
And then, let's say had we tried to do the Hogan signing, let me tell you, on public transport, would not have been worth it because, it's in Long Island City.
Yeah.
So forget it. And then, Hogan's doing a signing that same day, March 8th, at the infamous Steiner Sports. $200, man.
That's crazy.
Well, let me tell you, when I saw him at NEW Wrestling Under the Stars, man, people were coming with boxes.
No, yeah, same when I met him. The people come with boxes.
Boxes of things. Like,
Yeah.
they pay it. They know that it's Hulk Hogan. You're not going to see him again. Or you're going to make money off of that item. So it's a little sad. Do we have any other New York signings before I leave?
Not so much. I guess the Outlaws one that at Steiner.
And what was that? We just got the phone. Was that
It was
150?
no 75.
75.
Combo.
That's a good deal. I don't know if I would meet them.
Probably would.
I think because I feel like I'm going to meet them at Access. I think that's why.
Okay.
I feel like I have a decent shot of meeting them at Access, considering the fact that I have to.
I guess by then they should have the schedule out.
Right, and then I have tickets for 2 of the 3 sessions, so
Okay.
I'm going to meet a decent amount of people.
Okay, that's good.
Like, I'm going to be there Thursday night, opening night.
Uh-huh.
That'll probably be the craziest. I'm not expecting too many autographs for that one. I'm going to be there Saturday afternoon. Just for the regular, because I wasn't able to get the Flair ticket. If I get my income tax in time and the ticket that I keep seeing on Ticketmaster, God willing, is still there, I'm going to get it. And I'm not going to be there Sunday.
All right.
And I'm not.
Yeah, don't make that mistake.
And I don't think I'm going to be there.
Learn from my mistake.
Yeah, I'm not going to be there Sunday, and I don't think I'm going to be there Friday. If I am there Friday, it'll be in the daytime.
Yeah.
Why am I having so much trouble with this? I just opened it 5 minutes ago.
We should definitely check out WrestleCon. I mean,
I'm considering it to meet Hall and Nash, actually. That's
Yeah.
really why I want to go. And another reason that I actually want to go to meet Flair again, believe it or not, is so that he can sign the picture of when I first met him.
okay.
And then I'm going to put it in my room.
Nice.
Because,
Yeah, get like an 8x10
yeah.
and blow it up. Yeah,
Nah, I'm going to get like a fucking 11x17. Like I'm also getting the Rob... Is it Schamberger?
yeah, Schamberger.
Schamberger. Him, he has... It's like I like it, but I don't like it because it's just him. That he has a painting of Flair holding the NWA belt.
Okay.
But it's just like here. I mean, obviously you guys can't see the motion that I'm making to Bosch right now, but I think I'm gonna get that for, in the room.
Yeah.
If I met Hogan, I would have that big poster that I have of him in that nice frame.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'd have signed. That's one of the best things I ever got from my buddy Xavier.
Yeah.
Which little funny story about that. When I turned either 12 or 13, my buddy Xavier, one of my best friends to this day, he's my Sapphire and I'm Dusty. He got me this old school because he knows Xavier, so he's dying. He got me this old school Hogan poster.
Yeah.
From when Hogan first won the belt.
I think I remember you used to have it in your room.
Yeah, I had, and it's still there. I just haven't put it up because I'm still buying furniture and stuff. He got it as part of like when you're in elementary school and you do like Kris Kringle.
Yeah.
From a girl.
Okay.
And I ended up dating that girl
Nice.
that same summer. Wasn't that nice?
Okay.
Wasn't
Sorry.
that nice? It was a little crazy. No, I'm kidding. I don't think she knows I have a podcast. I think I'm safe. It wasn't nice. So yeah. So you want another one? I'm like obsessed.
I'll take one.
Yeah, just take one. I gave it to you. You have to take it.
Today's show has been brought to us by how do you pronounce it? Ferrero
Ferrero
Rocher.
Rocher. I never say it because I always feel like I sound like a
Butchered.
French douchebag. because I say it wrong. So yeah, I got a decent amount of sessions out there in New Orleans. Plus, I'm gonna hang out with a friend of mine that lives out there, so it's tough. And I had her kind of pegged in for Friday night.
Okay.
So, it's gonna be pretty tough. Going out there. When is Extreme Rules?
May 4th. First weekend of May.
When is tickets going on sale?
The 22nd, next Saturday.
Oh, forget it. We going or?
I'll see what
I'm just letting you know now. I'm not gonna buy my tickets that week. I gotta buy another flight.
Yeah. I guess we can figure it out.
I'll probably buy it off of StubHub.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, but I'd like to go. I haven't been to the Izod Center since I haven't been there since it was the Continental Airlines Arena.
Wow.
I went there for one show in '99. Very good show. Main event was Rock, Kane, and X-Pac against Taker, Triple H, and Show in a 6-man.
Okay. Was Taker Triple H and Show with the Ministry?
Yeah. Well, Taker and Show were the Unholy Alliance.
Okay.
And Triple H, I think, was starting the
heel character
by himself. He was with China.
99. So after Mania 15.
Oh yeah, after Mania 15, Austin was not on the show. He had just gotten injured.
Okay.
And he was pulled from the show. We found out at the live main event. And the main event, because back then, you remember, you used to get the card.
Yeah.
At the show. Howard Finkel, of course, did the announcement at the beginning of the show. He had just gotten injured. I think if you remember a Raw where he did the Austin pose in the corner, China low blowed him. Groin tear. So when Howard Finkel said it, I was like, oh my God, that just happened on Monday. This is real.
Yeah.
So good show. Faces win by DQ. Rock cleans house at the end. He does Heartbreak Hotel. So
nice.
everybody home happy. Mick Foley was there on a promo.
I'm thinking of making today's cover for the show the old Heartbreak Hotel set.
That's cool.
Valentine's Day.
I'm
wearing my Sean Hart shirt.
We could do that. Or you could put us on a box of chocolates with the Heartbreak Hotel set. I don't know. Be creative.
I'll figure it out.
Photoshop.
Well, now that I have my new computer, I have Photoshop on here, so it's not like the shitty looking ones like I've been doing. Well, the one,
you didn't. What?
The Punk and
shitty?
Triple H one looked good.
You haven't made a bad cover yet.
Oh, I've had Photoshop again. So.
The Warrior one was very funny.
Yeah.
In its simplicity, it was very funny. And oh man, I never got to compliment you. The one with Jamal Jackson. I had to see that on the website because I went on that day when it went up. Oh my God, that one was good.
That just worked because it was that week where Cena showed up late to Raw and he showed up halfway through the show.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be making.
And I did put that audio with Michael Cole saying he's here, he's arrived.
I remember hearing. I was like, he did put it in. Good.
Yeah.
Yo, that one we didn't sound as bad audio wise.
Now we sound pretty good.
Yeah, now we sound fantastic thanks to you. You're the savior of the show. Yeah, Jamal Jackson and I rekindle our rivalry this Wednesday. Okay. Another best of 5,000 series in 2K. Now that you have 2K, when you get better, you can take on Jamal Jackson. He's light work.
Okay.
He's nothing special. Let me tell you something, man. I beat him in his sleep. In my sleep, all right? Jamal Jackson was here, and I creamed him, all right? Yeah. I beat him 3 times straight. He was so upset that he left, and he cried. He cried like a little baby.
Yeah.
He cried. I beat him 3 times. He didn't get any offense in. It was terrible. He couldn't capture any finishers. Jamal Jackson is not a good competitor at all. I think I left it at that.
All right.
Wednesday, 2K Wednesday for him. Since you know how much he loves that Raw Wednesday.
Thursday.
2K Wednesday.
No, Thursday.
Thursday? Oh, well, I'll switch to Wednesday for him. Because, yeah, he's going to get beat again. My guys, do you want to play as anybody in particular? We can't use Punk.
Okay, why not?
We're going to make it real.
It's not fair.
Punk is not allowed to be used on Wednesday.
I'll figure it out.
Okay. Text me, I want you to beat him with, and then you just tell me who.
Okay.
Just nobody from 3MB, unless it's Drew McIntyre. Because he sucks in this year's game, but his finish is the bomb.
All right.
So, yeah. I think that wraps it up.
I think so.
I mean, there's only 4 rappers, so it wraps it up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, until next week, folks, one more time, forlifepodcast.com, at forlifepodcast. Like us on Facebook, For Life Podcast.
Send us an email.
Subscribe on iTunes. Send us an email.
I tell you what, if they send us an email, I'll get them a mystery 8x10 from the big event.
Okay.
Anybody who sends us an email will get a mystery 8x10 autograph from the big event. We won't personalize it because we don't know who is unless you send it within a timely fashion.
Well, if you do it before the 8th and you tell us your name,
exactly.
We'll have it personalized.
If you do it before the 8th,
to you.
We will personalize it to you.
And it will not be Dennis Rodman because that is too expensive.
Yeah, sorry, no offense, guys. So if you want a nice little Greg Valentine from Grumpy Cat's dad himself, so yeah, you will get the autograph 8x10 of a mystery superstar from the big event.
Taylor Wilde.
Taylor Wilde, why not? She's hot, and of course the mystery will not be solved. Well, what am I saying? You will also get an 8x10 of me and Bosch.
We need to take an 8x10.
I actually want to send the one of us with the Triple H and the Punk because I love that picture.
Okay.
That they will get that of us autographed,
right.
or we could just we'll send them two.
All right.
We'll send them 2 8x10s of us. This is at the big event. That's like a $50 deal right there between us two, costing $5 each, and then.
And we'll be handing. I'll have my For Life shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna have mine by then because I have my income tax.
Did you order the business cards?
No, I did not.
I sent you the.
You did, but
card.
I just didn't order.
Did you see the email?
Yeah.
Said I'm sorry. I love you.
Yes, I saw everything you sent me. I just didn't order it yet. I need to get more money. I bought my flight finally, so my vacation's on. So that's what I'm scrapping. I got it.
I mean, as long as we have it by the 8th.
You'll have it by the 8th. I'm gonna overnight it in Zazzle. They're very fast.
Okay.
They're very fast. But yeah. So I'm we'll and we'll give them an autographed business card. Why not? Autographed business card. Something. I'll put my number in the back. I'll buy you a dinner. Send me an email. All joking aside, you send us an email before March 8th. We will get you a personalized 8x10 of a mystery wrestler that is going to be appearing at the Big Event 6
Scotty
here
Riggs.
in Queens, New York. Maybe Scotty Riggs.
Shark Boy.
Is he going to wear the eye patch? Can he see if he's signing? Maybe Shark Boy. Taylor Wilde. Is Rosita going to be there, my baby?
I've seen every convention I've been to. She's been there, so I'm assuming she will
I hope
be.
so. It could be Mr. Anderson from TNA.
You should get a photo op with Rosita.
I'm going to.
She doesn't charge too much.
She's like only $20, right?
No, not even like 10 or 15. 15. She was 15 at the last
one. Oh, a cheap date, my kind of girl. So, yeah, you email us before March 8th. We will get you the 8x10 personalized. Yeah. And, of course, you will get 2 8x10s of me and the Bosch and an autographed business card.
This is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger every week.
Yeah.
It's like we just keep adding to the pie.
Yeah. And you know something? With our luck, we're going to have like 3 8x10s in there. Nobody's going to send us an email. I don't know. I'm not throwing... who knows? Maybe I'll throw one of my classics in there. Maybe I'll throw one of my action figures from my private collection.
Then I'm going to be emailing because I'll take one of those.
Nope, we can trace it.
Huh?
With your new computer getting access to my Wi-Fi without anybody's permission, we're going to trace that it was you. I'm going to trace it.
Can Natalie enter and she wins the...
Okay. You have to be the age 15 and up.
15 and up?
15 and up.
I'll find somebody.
That's terrible. That's terrible. How are you going to hide that from me?
Huh?
You're going to post it somewhere, and it's going to get back to me. You're so full of shit.
What if the winner gives it to me?
Oh my, I can't. Folks, when you listen to your podcast, you listen to it for life.
Do you have a response to that?
Baby girl, actions always speak louder than words. Remember that.
Bertha Faye. What words could I ever possibly say to keep you here in these loving arms forever? Bertha!